Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Stark Media Wrestling. Tonight, presented by the Eagles FOE number 190 and Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company. And we have got a match for you. The Graham Falcons coming up from the Dayton area to take on the Perry Panthers. And tonight with me, two of the best in the business. Guys, it is John the Pope Lowery and Jamie Fausnight. Gentlemen,
How we doing?
Hey.
we are ready to go. What do you think, guys? I mean, does it get any better than this for a Friday night dual match?
This is amazing. Yeah, great venue here. I like this. They got it in an auxiliary gym, so it's more intense. You got literally the stands are full on both sides almost already, and looking for a great one tonight. What do you think,
Yeah,
Jamie?
man, I'll tell you, it doesn't get any better than this. You know, you got two state powers. It's undeniable the caliber of wrestlers we're going to see tonight. They're both relatively young teams. You know, there's 9 underclassmen on Perry's team. There's 5 underclassmen on Graham's team. There's 13 ranked kids in the top 10 on both teams. There's like 3 projected state champs we'll see tonight, and a few returning runner-ups. Like it's crazy. This is going to be a loaded match.
Looking forward to a good one. You know, it's nice to see that they got this duel going on. Last year, Perry had to go down to Graham and wrestle them in Mechanicsburg in a try down there. So they came up this year, and then both teams will be at the Grizzly Invitational tomorrow. So some of these matchups might help tomorrow too.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, we were very fortunate to have the In the Room session this week with Coach McBurney. Had a chance to talk to his son, Austin. Charles Curtis, Aiden Faulkner were our guests. If you get a chance, check that out on our YouTube channel. But what was amazing to me, guys, is last night, these Panthers were over at Uniontown Lake for a Federal League match. Then tonight, right? I mean, They're bringing in, like you said, James, the number one ranked team in D2. And then tomorrow, like you said, Johnny, they're headed off to the Grizzly.
And
that's
a gym full of killers. Did you see that list of teams?
Holy
smokes. And I'll tell you what, the coolest thing, I did catch that in the room today. I watched it. And I'll tell you the neatest thing that I heard was Coach McBurney say that he deliberately does his schedule like this because he wants 3 days in a row to prep for the state tournament.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And I've never heard a coach say that. And I'm so envious of that thought process. It was such a cool idea, and it's absolutely right. You know, that's the only time they wrestle three days in a row. Most teams is if you're in the state finals,
right?
And
true.
It's crazy.
Well, we got Division II powerhouse Graham up against Division I powerhouse Massillon Perry, so it's going to be some sparks flying in this gym tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. The keys to the match for me are, it's about bonus points. Now, we did hear a couple different things. We had a couple different lists of kids. I know not everybody is going to be in this that we thought we would see, but, to me, the keys to this match is bonus points. Cramlett, he's number 1 in the state for Graham. He needs to get a pin. He needs to pin the freshman. That's your job in this thing. And then Aiden Faulkner, that's a dude that needs to go out and he needs to get a pin in this thing, for the duel. Then you look at like Luke James from Graham, he needs to get bonus. I think the little McBurney and the Roar kid at 6 and 20 for Perry should go out and get bonus. Those are the big things that make a difference in the match from what my research showed. That when you have 2 high caliber teams like this, just one match where you win by 8 can make the difference.
Call that swing match, right?
Well, the swing match I have is something else. The swing match is like where you have, and I have a couple of those here. There's Siebert, who I got to say this about the Siebert kid. When we were at the holiday tournament, TJ asked me, "Wow, well, there's a couple Perry kids out there," and I did a certain injustice in that by calling him a JV kid. He took 3rd place at that tournament. That's not a JV kid. That's just a stud in this room that that's not in the lineup. A kid like, he's not ranked. He's wrestling Taylor from Graham, who's unranked. That's a swing match. Those aren't real horses. Those are the dudes who are making their way to that spot. And then you have Ristoff from Perry versus Mockbee, and that's at 175. Those are 2 unranked kids. Those are you hear all the big names of all the projected state champs, this and that. Those are the guys that can win the tournament.
Right.
One of those kids goes out and gets a major decision or gets a pin that can make the difference in the entire duel.
No, that's a great point, Jamie. And again, the bonus points will be key. I'll tell you what, as Johnny's always talked about, right, the great equalizer, the fall, the pin, that which we work for. I'll tell you what, I don't know how many of those we're going to see. I think we're going to see, real tight matches. You're going to see offensive openings being very small. You're going to see wrestlers are going to have to attack when they see that attack. They're going to have to move on the bottom, score when they can score, and going back right to what you said, Jamie. Yep. The difference between that decision, made a decision, 4-point, 3-point, maybe a tech fall. I mean, that's where we're going to see it on the team score tonight.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, I firmly believe that Graham needs to be up by 7 going into heavyweight. I do think there's a pin
That's
there.
your prediction,
I
huh?
do. That's not my prediction. That's what I think needs to happen for them.
Okay.
My prediction is a little different, but it's changed. It's changed since we got here.
Well,
I had a team score that I was ready to bark right out, and then we heard some.
I seen the
different
got a little
things.
intel, didn't we, before?
Yeah,
from the officials, from skin checks and that. So the lineup's going to be maybe a little different, as you guys had said, than what we had originally been given. But again, we want to shout out to both of these coaches.
Absolutely.
Talking about Brent McBurney, Brent in his 5th year here with the Panthers. Boy, I'll tell you what a lineage he's followed, right? I mean, you go with the legend, right, Dave Riggs, the many years that he was here, built what he built, followed up by an Olympian, right, Nate Carr. Are you kidding me? And then Brent's here, like I said, been for 5 years, done a great job, just carried the mantle. And, his assistant coaching staff, I think you guys have it there. I mean, look at some of the names as you run down that, right? I mean, Jamie, what are some of the guys you see there with that assistant group?
I mean, Danny Jenninen was the state champ. David Bavery was the state champ. Flint McCollins is a staple in Perry Wrestling. And I'll tell you what, he's one of the backbones of this program. I firmly believe that.
Shout out
Dante
to all those
Rini
guys,
and Gary Define. Now, I don't have details on all of them, but I'll tell you what, to me, Gary Define is the stepping stone as to why we're here at Perry High School like this. Gary Define was the first state champ that made those kids believe that state titles were possible. Then a dude like Sean Smith wins it when in my era, in like 96. And then all of a sudden it just takes over from there. When kids start to believe you can do it, that's what triggers a landslide like this. And they've built a locomotive of a wrestling program that just can't be stopped right now.
No, absolutely. And as these Panthers enter the gym, they got their student body behind them.
The signs are up, baby.
They're excited to be here.
The signs are up.
Awesome, yeah.
I'll tell you what, like you said, Jamie, other names there on that staff. Pat McLemore, right? Alec Mackle. Alex, wrestler for Walsh. Wrestled college, coming back here. Dick Meyer, right? I mean, Tim Anderson. Are you kidding me? Tim Anderson freaking played for the Buffalo Bills.
Right,
I mean, wrestler. And, of course, have a big guy like that in the room to work with, Aiden Faulkner on a daily basis. So the coaches just really done a nice job.
The coaching staff could be any college Division I level coaching staff.
You look at if you want to build a top-tier wrestling team, you watch that in the room thing and look at the coaches walking around the room. Watch them doing what they're doing. They're not sitting in the corner barking. They're in the mix and they're banging. They're getting those kids ready. It was very intense. It was cool to see a glimpse into the wrestling room and that.
Well, I'll tell you what,
in the room there.
One other name, guys, right? We didn't even mention, shame on us, back as an assistant coach, right? Coach Riggs. I mean, the guy can't stay out of the room. Just a legacy, and I'm sure sometime we'll have him on because what a story
cool
behind that gentleman, right?
Daughter Angie here, shout out to her.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, now take a look, gentlemen. I gave you a list there. Look at the assistant coaches. Jason Knott taking over for Jeff Jordan. Jeff Jordan stepping down this year. Jason in his first year over at Graham. But look at some of those names.
Unbelievable,
boys. Yeah.
That's
Justin
a
Stickley.
right there.
He graduated, wrestled at Iowa. Eli Seppel, J.D. Stickley, Nathan Jones. Again, you look at what these guys, and what do we say, right? What do great coaches do? They surround themselves with great assistants, and you let them do their job. And these two gentlemen have done exactly that. So I'll tell you what, it's going to be exciting.
It will be a good one today. And I'm watching this gym start to lighten up, man. It's already getting electric in here. And
it's warming up, man. Jamie's got his towel out, baby.
I got my towel on. I got a hoodie
good,
on.
brother. Got your hoodie.
You know what I just realized?
What's that, man?
While I'm sitting in the chair here, I'm still almost as tall as Jim. And me and Jamie are now the same height.
I don't really like short jokes.
Yeah, okay. That.
You won't get that from me, Jim.
I know that, brother. You and I eye to eye, baby.
That one went right over their heads.
Okay, real good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, both teams lining up here as we'll have our introductions, our national anthem. We have been told that we will start this match at 106 pounds. Looking out over at the table, our stripes, gentlemen in our stripes tonight, Mr. Jeff Bowman, the head official. Jeff going to be assisted tonight by Mr. Zach Lyons.
Jeff Bowman, a friend of the Stark County Media team. Stark Media team. He was on air with us at Top Gun, I think.
Absolutely. We're going to let you guys listen to the announcer here as he announces these starting lineups, and we'll give them to you as they go to the mat.
At 120 pounds for Graham, Colt Ryan, and for Perry, Mason Roar. At 126 pounds for Graham, Cody Swigert, and for Perry, Austin and McBurney. At 132 pounds for Graham, Brogan Tucker, and for Perry, Brennan Warwick. At 138 pounds for Graham, Hayden Hughes, and for Perry, Charles Curtis. At 144 pounds for Graham, Bryce Kohler, and for Perry, Cameron Potts. At 150 pounds for Graham, Eli Jacks, and for Perry, Landon Johnson. At 157 pounds for Graham, Luke James, for Perry, Christian Giltz. At 165 pounds for Graham, Gunnar Cramlett, for Perry, Connor Shepard. At 175 pounds for Graham, Cameron Maki, and for Perry, Landon Aristoff. At 190 pounds for Graham, Chet Manier, and for Perry, Ryder Hartshorn. At 215 pounds for Graham, Caden Marshall, and for Perry, Mike Phillip. And at 285 pounds for Graham, Caden Barnes, and for Perry, Aiden Bachler. This is your announcer, Dan Pierce, along with the Perry Board of Education, Superintendent Nate Stutz, Principal Bill Hildebrand, and Athletic Director Rick Remlak.
We are back after the roster announcements, and let's get ready to rumble.
Buckle up them headgears, pull up those knee pads, right? It's about that time. We're going to have our national anthem at this time. So if you're at home, you want to stand and join us, please do. Our national anthem. All right, boys and girls, here we go.
Boy, I'll tell you what. TJ asked me the other day, like, what songs I like to listen to before I wrestled. That's a good one. That gets my blood pumping every time.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Got the goose pimples, man.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than our national anthem, looking at that flag. Obviously, our men and women that have served in our armed forces, just love each and every one of you. Guys, I'll tell you what, Stark Media, we are here tonight. Maslin Perry, Jamie Fausnight, John the Pope Lowery, and Jimmy B bringing it to you. Captains are out on the mat right now. What's happening out there, John?
Well, they're doing a coin flip. This will determine who steps out first for each bout.
Johnson is going to wrestle. Landon Johnson is going to wrestle.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
That is good to know. Excellent. There you have it. There was a little bit of in wrestling there are some issues with skin. There are in these hot wrestling rooms in the wintertime, bacteria and things happen. Sometimes kids have to pass the skin check. Landon Johnson, the referee, questioned it, and then but he had the proper documentation that apparently they allowed him to wrestle.
Beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what, talk to the guys at Drive Mine Group sometime. They've got a couple outstanding products. One in the air will take care of air and service fungus, as well as a liquid, both chemical free. So the Drive Mine Group, one of our sponsors here with Stark Media. Well, we're getting ready. 106 pounds, about to go to the mat. We were told that's where we're going to start. The announcer tonight, Mr. Dan Pierce. The other thing I heard, guys, I'm looking over my back shoulder here. I hear they have a little walk-up music for these guys, and I see a young, looks to be probably a high school student running the board.
Got the DJ.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think that's awesome, man. I mean, as long as he doesn't take our job someday, right? I mean, tomorrow. But, no, I think that's absolutely the way it should be, right? I mean, get the students involved, real-world work, let them know what it's about. So here we go. Jamie, why don't you bring us into 106?
Well, 106 here, we got Jake Landis from Graham and Emmerich McBurney. Landis was 5th in the state last year, 4th at the GMVWA holiday tournament. Emmerich McBurney was 6th in the state last year, ranked 3rd in the state now. He was 3rd at the Brecksville tournament. I'm telling you right now, these are both tough kids.
No, dude, this is fired up, boy. McBurney, coach's son, right? One of the two that are in that Panther lineup. The handshake, Bowman blows the whistle. Ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. Two fires here at 106.
Landis is a freshman. He was junior high 5th in the state last year. That's why I think Emmerich can get bonus here. I think this is one of those spots where he gets a quick score. They're going to start pushing for bonus. They know the ones they needed in.
Yeah, I remember I seen both these guys wrestle in the middle school division down there at the Super 32, and it was fire. I mean,
they're tough, man.
Even as middle school wrestlers,
McBurney pulling off a 2-on-1 and kind of in a front headlock there, trying to warm himself out.
Landis kind of over top there, kind of in a front headlock on his feet type position. Again, McBurney 2-on-1 break free. They're open, coming with the hard collar tie.
We have been talking about 2-on-1s, not seeing that many, and he's gone to it twice now.
That's right, Jamie. Yeah, we were noticing that. Yeah, down at the MIT.
Oh.
And they're right on the edge. Referee Bowman taking a look there. That's still in bounds.
Making sure he's not across the throat. We have 1:08 left in the first period here. They go out of bounds, come back to the center.
Both wrestlers in neutral position, obviously working for that takedown. They're going to look for control.
Nice single.
Shot.
That's very Graham right there. That little sweep single that's their number one takedown. Jeff Jordan has made them all killers with that sweep single since they were little kids. Oh, a little funk.
Flip.
Oh, a little funk. He went the wrong way.
Little turn there. McBurney with a
not
nice
the best
whizzer.
Position.
No, but I'll tell you what, he's got that leg free.
He's down on that ankle. He might be okay.
That's the watermelon roll.
Wow, that was nuts.
I'll tell you what, he's got that leg locked.
Oh, stalemate. Wow, nice there.
Put him right back on their feet.
Sweet single leg. He brought it up to his feet. McBurney dove underneath and caught a foot to hang in there for the stalemate. That was nice little series.
Under 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. Wrestlers again, both on their feet.
Fans already get what they paid for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back that 2-on-1. Look at that. McBurney
2-on-1.
real nice.
He needs to attack from there.
Yep.
Attack before he posts. There's that single. He was a little far away. Oh, the little elbow pass to a double by McBurney. 10 seconds. 10 seconds to go in the period. And another one, the same thing.
He's got the
same
ankle,
little
no
funk
points.
roll there.
That's not two?
It's not
Officials
two.
got those
it's
arms
not
out.
two.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, those arms
and
out
that's
of saying
the period.
no
That's
control.
the period. Wow. Wow.
What a first period. Way to start this thing.
Choice going to the Falcons, and Landis will defer as he checks over to Coach Knott. Coach Knott giving him some instruction right away. McBurney looking over at his head coach. He says, I'm going down. Referee's position. McBurney down to escape. Landis on top to work the grind.
Just working a little back ankle ride with that foot.
I see that,
That's
yeah.
and he got his leg in with it. That's nice. Oh, and he goes right to the crossface series. He's a little bit across the throat, a little bit there.
Got a little 4 on the back leg there.
Yep.
Looks nice. Going to wants to use those hips,
Oh,
trying to bring
boy.
it over. Wants to work
It's
to try to get the
close.
swipes going.
He's close. Oh, and he got out of it. He slipped his knee out of that 4. Oh, it's a back bow. You can't do that. That's illegal.
And
That's
the
illegal. He
official-
went back bow.
Good call, James. Good call right there. Official saw it. Bowman, nice job. Tell you what, I found out earlier this year, Jeff Bowman going to be down at the state tournament.
Yes,
First
yes.
time
Excited for him.
in the
excited
shot.
for him.
Oh, yeah, great dude.
He's been around for a long time. He does a great job with these kids.
Well deserved.
All right, all right.
Wrestlers go
That's
out of
great.
bounds. Back to referee's position. Again, McBurney is down.
We got 1:26 to go in the second period. 1-0 McBurney after the illegal back bow. You don't see that very often in high school. It's legal in college,
Right.
but you know kids this age don't ever hit it, unless they freestyle. They do.
Freestyle, yeah.
But it's not. You never see that really. Oh, McBurney's
his
about to
feet.
get his one.
Nice hand
Oh,
control.
he breaks
but down
him
he
back
goes.
down to the
Back
mat.
to the mat. Got the ankle hook near side. Again,
Oh, the
McBurney
standing
Nice.
switch.
coming across.
Standing switch. I don't know if he should have stepped over that other leg. I
Right.
don't really like that.
He's
But
locked up in the
he's
crotch.
off of it now. He's in better position now.
he's
Now
doing
wants to
some,
sit back. He's going to
goes
sit
to his
back into
butt.
this a bit. Nope.
I like that.
Come around. Nothing yet. Good scramble underneath. Under a minute here in the first
Oh,
period.
he's got that bottom leg now. What he needs to do is step over it, but Landis has his foot tight. Landis is about to worm out of this. Oh, no. Kick.
Oh, boy.
Landis holding on to the heel.
Here we go.
McBurney
Nothing
on
yet.
one
He's
foot.
gonna have to return
Oh,
him.
he's pulling him right out of
Gonna have
bounds.
to return him.
Yeah. Oh,
There's the
he's
stalling call.
Stalling call on Graham. Oh, there we go.
There we
There
go.
we
Oh,
go. And he
the
shot right
reshot.
away.
Love it.
That's good wrestling right there, ladies and
This
gentlemen.
crowd is into it.
It's just going to get more intense as we go.
Absolutely.
2-0, 30 seconds to go in the second with McBurney with the early lead.
And McBurney, a great play there right on the edge. Breaks
Yeah.
free with the one, takes that quick
And
shot.
he's pushing him.
puts it
He's pushing him. With that stalling call, that might come back to bite
and
Landis.
that's exactly what he was trying to show that referee, that I'm coming, buddy.
Yep. Constant pressure.
Boy, there's a
Reshot.
step
Oh,
down, nice
reshot.
reshot.
Oh,
Out of
he
bounds.
went out of
No.
bounds.
They were
No.
out. No.
They were out of bounds.
That's
That's
a
a good
good call.
All right.
They were out, re-entered.
What a nice shot. Little pass elbow again.
Great
It's the
shot,
second time
yeah.
he's done it.
That setup, yeah.
Again,
He
working
pulls
that
off that
2-on-1.
2-on-1 and he shoves it like a pass elbow.
Comes
There's the
the
high
other
crotch
side.
on the other
Double
side.
leg. Here he comes.
Oh,
And-
time. I took my eye off the clock. I thought that was closer.
And all that just happened in the last 10 seconds. of
Boy,
that
I'll
period.
tell you what, McBurney is constant pressure.
Yeah.
He
All right.
is bringing an offense here.
Landis, third period, they're going to go referee's position. Landis doesn't even look at coach. He knows where he's going. He's going down. So Landis down and McBurney on top.
No real explosive first move out of either boy. They kind of just stopped, and looked for hand control and kind of built a base. But I'll tell you, you don't have time right now when you're down 2-0.
No, you gotta make something happen here. You gotta get that knee off the mat, get a foot on the mat, try to get that one.
Create some action.
Got to get a little space in there. McBurney doing a nice job, keeping
Oh,
good pressure
running
up
that
on
half.
top.
He's doing a great
He's
job
got a
on
wrist
top,
and a half.
yeah.
Oh, he let go of the half there.
He's trying to score with it, though.
Yeah,
He's
30
working.
seconds down, and Landis never really close to getting any type of an escape. He's got a cross wrist now with a 2-on-1 underneath. Oh, he's running. Looks like he's going to. He was just going wrist control there. I thought he was going Blair Barr there, but he worked out of it.
And remember, Landis does have a stalling warning. McBurney, no stalling, so he can ride on top here a little bit. Make things happen. I'll tell you what, he comes off to the side real nice.
He does,
Possible
yeah.
look at a cradle there,
Little claw
going back
rod right
into
now.
a claw.
Oh, he stopped him,
Exactly.
yeah.
Got that tight waist. Doing a great job.
Under a
staying on
minute
his
now
elbows,
in the
his
match.
wrists, yeah.
Under a minute. Again, both officials doing a nice job. Zach Lyons, young official here tonight. I'll tell you, quite an honor to work, A, with Bowman, but two, to work a match of this caliber. So it's going to be very, very good for him.
I've
as he
seen
continues
Lyons
to
around
grow.
quite a bit. He's reffing a lot for a young guy, and he's coaching too. And he's a tough wrestler. He knows his stuff. I'm excited to see young guys like that on
We
the
need
mat.
them, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
We
yeah.
need officials, guys. You're out there wanting, like John has always said, many of our broadcasts, you're looking for a way to get re-involved. Think
Yeah.
about officiating.
If you don't have time to be at practice every day to really contribute, let me tell you this firsthand, Mr. Bostic. I'm sure you, or Bostic, I know you can vouch for this. The pay's better on with the stripes on than it is when you're coaching.
Absolutely, brother. Here we go. Last 8 seconds of the match. This is going to start
There
off
it
for
is.
the
Working
Panthers.
that turn.
The
3-0
Panthers are going to kick it off.
Maslin Perry.
The
Oh,
decision.
Oh, threw the boots in.
And Emmerich McBurney 2-0, a decision victory, and that's going to put 3 points into the team score for the Panthers. Well done. Nice first
Emmerich
match.
completely controlled that match. He had the best offense. The one shot that Jake got off, he did. McBurney responded right away.
All right, here.
All right, John, where are we going? We're moving up to 113 pounds. Bring us into the match, brother.
All right, representing the Panthers is Liston Siebert, 9th grader, 17-2. He's a junior. He's a state runner-up, 3rd at the Hoover Holiday Tournament, and he's up against Baden Root from St. Paris Graham, and he's a 9th grader as well. He's 3-3, and Perry up with the lead early, 3-0 in the team score.
All right, here we go. It's Seibert versus Root.
This is one of those swing matches.
Yeah, you called this early, brother. You called this in early.
Yep.
So we are on a Jamie Fausnight swing match right here. So let's see what happens.
Already in a scramble.
They're in
the
the
first.
nice whizzer. Look at him going there for that shoe. He's going to hit that little tilt.
Nice.
There it
Underneath.
is.
We got two and back.
broomstick.
We got the back. Well played.
Love it.
And we've got
That's
the swipes.
nasty. And now he needs to finish on top because it is funky. He's not going to pin him there.
No,
He needs to finish on top without giving up a takedown.
Right.
Now he's going to go to Merkel. He's got a Merkel right
Inside,
there.
he's got to lock it up. Legs
Okay,
inside.
now
Nope,
he's just
decides
on
to
top,
come out.
working
3
his-
points for the near fall. 5-0 for young Mr. Seibert.
And then right to a
Oh,
cradle.
cradle.
Right to a
Finally,
cradle. He's
this
got him
is
stuck.
tight.
He's got
This
him
is
stuck.
tight.
Bonus.
The equalizer
Oh,
right
he's
here it
stuck
is,
right
boy.
there.
There it is.
He's
Oh!
Wow.
He had him.
Gentlemen, that is a freshman.
Woo.
That's the kid I
All day
accidentally
long.
called. That's the kid I accidentally called JV.
Yeah.
I certainly take that back.
I'll take that JV on my team any day.
That
Any
dude's
day.
a hammer.
All day.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
And I tell you what, that's all right. Root's going to keep his head up, comes off. All right, here we go. 120 pounds. Jamie, what do we got?
120 here we have Colt Ryan. He was a state qualifier. He was second in the state at 126. Wow, that's strange. Then you have Mason Rohr. Mason Rohr is a freshman that the whole county's excited to see. He's a 2-time junior high state champion, runner-up at Brecksville. Currently ranked second in the state at 113. And I'll tell you what, he's already has wins over both guys ranked number 1 in D2 and D3.
Well, right here, boys, you're looking at a freshman versus a senior. Rohr, the freshman. Colt Ryan, the senior. As Jamie said, comes in with a 12-6 record. Rohr with 13-5 records, very close.
And honestly, the records, you can't even really judge it off at the level of competition these guys are wrestling on a weekly basis.
Right.
It's not the same as everybody else. When you see a kid from Perry with a 14-5 record, he's a good wrestler.
Right. Those were matches at Beast of the East,
Right,
Ironman,
right.
big tournaments. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, looking across the way, I see Mason's younger brother, Lincoln Rohr. Lincoln, I believe in middle school, an 8th grader or 7th grader.
I'm not sure if he's in 7th or 8th.
Yeah, he's in middle school. He'll be coming up, joining his brother soon.
Oh,
And nice
that's
pass.
the Brian Dolph pass elbow
Yep.
to your double right
Nice
there. That's
pass,
exactly
and
what it is.
they go out of bounds. No control, the official
Oh.
says. Going to go back onto their feet. Neutral position, working for that takedown. But right now, I would have to say Rohr is the aggressor.
He is.
Yeah, it was
Totally
a
in
shot with
control.
no
Yep,
setup,
there it
right
is.
into a
Single leg.
shot.
Pop that head. He does.
Still
No
no
points
2
yet.
yet. He needs to step over the leg.
He
He's broken
steps.
down flat. They'll award the 2
Now
now.
the 2
Yep.
points. 2-point takedown, Mason Rohr. 45 seconds remaining in the first period.
And he's back out front.
Coach McBurney up, marking those commands out. And I can look across, couple down from him. Coach
Colt
Riggs
Ryan
right
got
there.
him into a crackdown position. If he can score, he's trying to hook that elbow there and do a little roll like Alex Bostic does. You know, that's where he
Right.
does that. You know, now he's just
Comfortable
trying to
right
get
there,
that
yeah.
knee under. He's trying to get that foot over top of his knee. Yeah.
And-
Stalemate. So Rohr's still in control.
Mason very smart there. He was working to lock up a bit in the crotch. Didn't get the hands locked, but definitely knew he was in a tough position on his butt there. Looking for that stalemate. He got it, and they're in referee's position.
22 seconds to go in the first. Rohr's up 2-0. Looks like he's going to ride this thing out.
Rohr came out,
Oh,
listened to that 311
little Gramby to a
jam.
shot.
That was awesome.
What was the jam?
311.
Yeah?
One of my old favorites.
That's old school.
Yeah, I used to listen to that
Oh,
before my
boy.
matches. Yeah.
He's trying to step over.
Nothing
Rohr's
yet.
scrambling
Good scramble.
well. There's
Good
5
scramble. 3
seconds to go.
seconds.
It looks like we're going to get out of this one.
And
Nothing there. Nothing there. Coach
Coach Knott asking for some points. Not going to get it.
Yeah, there was no loss of control there. let alone a reversal. It wasn't close.
How about the student body members with the signs of it says, "Let's go Roar 113."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Love seeing that.
They're hyped up, man.
Yeah.
This is an exciting thing. We're in the small gym, so it's cramped up, and everybody's packed into this place. It's getting loud.
Well, second period, choice went to Ryan. Ryan chose down, and I'll tell you what, Roar looked over at Coach McBurney. They decided to put him on his feet. The one given to the escape, they're back neutral.
He's been close to scoring like 3 times in that first period. You know, I think that they're going to get some takedowns here.
The wrestlers go out of bounds. They're back to the center. Neutral position, looking for that takedown.
Roar got that elbow control. I mean, since the first 10 seconds of the match he had.
Yeah, coming across, a little short drag, doesn't get it, got the arm. Ryan has the arm trapped there, again on the line, out of bounds.
Yep.
Referee right there, there they go, back to the center.
Minute 33 to go in the second. We have 2-1 Roar. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of action in this match. It doesn't seem like Ryan is setting up his shots quite as much as Roar is. Roar's going off that pass elbow, the 2-on. There's the pass elbow.
Yep.
So there's no real setup there.
No, just kind of drop it in.
He's so long, he gets away with it. That's probably the thing.
Good reshot by Roar.
Yeah, I was just going to point out, I mean, you're talking about Ryan being almost a head taller than Roar,
Yeah.
but Roar, again,
That's a good point,
keeping that, you know, what I always used to say.
There's the pass elbow
spider,
to the
right?
backside single. Oh, my goodness.
Nothing yet. Got that look.
He's got that. He's tight on that bottom
underneath.
leg.
Yep, absolutely.
And he's got the far shoe. So he's just going to keep trying to hip into him. This is a good scramble here.
When flexibility matters.
Got to stay off your hip.
And we got the double shoe, both guys on a shoe. Where is it going to end up? 45 seconds remaining in the second
They'll
period.
stalemate this if it doesn't go much further.
If Roar can get that foot free, he's
That
got to
foot
pull
free,
free,
yeah.
kick free. He's looking.
He's looking at the
Bowman's
clock
watching.
to see what kind of how much
38
time he
seconds
has.
left, yeah.
He's working nothing.
The
The stalemate.
stalemate.
He gets
Not really a terrible call. That could have milked the whole rest of the period. The referee's given them both an opportunity to score.
Got to give him a chance.
He was close. He was close to wiggling out of that.
Yep. Back on their feet, neutral position.
Right to the high
takedown.
crotch
Boom,
crack
he's
down.
underneath on that leg.
Oh, and a little funk
split
roll
edge.
action.
Almost, we didn't tried a little spladle there. It looked like kind of tried to set that up.
He did what the funk, what they call the funk roll, but he's up way up on the thigh. It's hard to do it from there. That's why he kind of rolled through on it. He needs to be down on the shoe.
Yeah, that was a safety net getting that
Roar.
thigh. Yeah.
He needs to
Underneath
break
on
that lock.
shoot. I just got to say, I'd reach back on those hands, try to break those hands
Or I'd
free.
give him a knee to the nose. That's right there, too. Slide his head away with your knee. That'll break a lock, too.
4 seconds remaining in the period. Official says stalemate. They're back on their feet. 2-1. Roar still in control of this one.
And really dominated the match so far. His shots were the best shots. He's done everything to put him to give himself that lead. He's going to go down.
And the team score, Perry Panthers 9 and St. Paris Graham 0.
Yeah, McBurney with the decision, and then the pin by Seibert. So here we go. Third period, 2-1. Roar's down. Got a tall drink of water on top of him. The legs are coming. You know, cradles are coming. You can't wait around on bottom. This kid's a high-level guy.
Well, I'll tell you what, with that leverage, that length in that body, if he throws those legs in, you know, which looked like he was trying to pull that ankle up, maybe try to slip that near leg. And official says potentially dangerous. Again, if you're at home, if you're watching, whenever you see that official put that hand behind the neck like that, he's watching for that wrestler safety, blows the whistle, potentially dangerous. He's going to let him reset. Wrestler safety, always job one for the men in stripes.
All right, he's coming to his feet. Oh, he's
Right
just
there,
draped
laces.
over him. Look
Oh.
how long that dude is. He's just draped over him like a wet blanket.
Get that arm.
Oh, he's going to get out
cut
here.
through. We
There
can
it
go
is.
big here.
He might pin
Got to
him.
move
Pin him.
forward. Ryan, the
Oh.
senior, knows where he's at. He releases, but we could see points here. The freshman versus the senior.
Now you got to make a good decision. Roar needs to make a good decision and just get his escape. Doesn't need to be greedy. Doesn't need to try and get a takedown here. Just peel that hand off your chin and get away.
Mason Roar being a
Nothing yet.
freshman in this is incredible. What a
Oh,
And the official says stalling.
stalling from the front headlock. That's,
Red. Interesting. Well,
he wasn't working it. He
well,
was just
right,
holding on.
right. Ryan was not going to let that go. He knew any kind of
Right,
movement,
right.
and he's going to give that escape.
We
So
have a minute 14 to go in the third. Riggs was really close to getting away. He's on his feet now.
And
oh,
he
and
cuts
got
through.
one right
Nice
there.
takedown.
That's
Nice-
how you do it.
nice hip heist.
That's how
Back
you
on
do
their
it.
feet. 3-1 our bout score. Roar.
Look
Right
at Roar.
again to-
Pressure,
to
head
that
position.
elbow, right to that elbow,
passes.
right?
Yep.
all over that elbow.
Oh, right to that leg. He's super nice.
Coming around.
Oh, there it is!
Hand tight. He's got that arm hook.
Look at
Coming
that
around
leg.
for 2. Just keep
He
working
still hasn't
himself
scored.
around. No points yet. Keep working around. Needs to keep coming.
He can lock up a cradle here. He's thinking about it.
40 seconds remaining in the match.
Get that Turk, and there's your 2.
He's got the 2. 5-1. Your bout score.
He needs to get that Turk and try to get 3 back and get bonus. Oh, that wouldn't do it.
Under 30 seconds in the bout. Crossface.
He's looking that Turk. He's cross-facing him to his back.
Official looking for swipes. Nothing there yet. Plane
20
has not
seconds
been
to go.
broke.
He's trying to get some bonus for his team.
And it looks like this is where this one's going to stay, boys. 5-1. 10 seconds remaining. The freshman coming out.
Completely outworked him.
Yeah.
Completely outworked him.
Absolutely.
Freshman sensation right there.
He's a stud. He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Outstanding. Well, he is. He's going to go down to the shot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see him down in Columbus. Well, there you have it, folks. At 120 pounds, your winner from Perry. They take the first 3. Mason Rohr, a decision. 3 points to the team score.
So I see here at 26, we have a different matchup than I had. I had Austin McBurney and I had a different one. This is a junior with a 0-0 record, unless they just didn't know his record.
That's possible.
Yeah, that's it. This is going to be Austin McBurney versus Cody Swigert. So again, McBurney, you had a chance to meet him in our in the room session. What a portfolio this young man has. 2-time split state placer, had qualified the COVID year, 4th at Brecksville this year, 6th beat to the East, ranked right now number 4 in the state. But what's more important, Austin is going to Brown University next year. Ivy League school to wrestle, but academically just amazing. And again, didn't take much. We were under 10 seconds in the match. McBurney scoring a quick 2 points on Swigert. Swigert, the junior, showing from Coach Knott's lineup, a 0-0 record. Not sure if he's just been injured. Maybe a young man filling in tonight. We aren't sure, but I know that he's going to give the Falcons everything he can.
Oh, wow. Upper fat double. And he looks like he's comfortable there, too.
No, he looked fine. Yeah. Kind of rolled it through. McBurney underneath, real nice. Steps over
the shoe.
Pops his head. There you go. Another takedown for 1. Your bout score.
Here we go.
Right to the
Rocking
arm
that
bar.
Right to that arm bar.
Here we go. Going to go near wrist, far wrist. Going far wrist. And that far wrist is nice, right, guys? Because you can kind of transfer far wrist to the half off that arm bar.
You can turn it into a cross wrist. You can work a lot of things with that. He's got the arm bar in a tight waist now. Lots of pressure. These Perry kids pressure you the whole time. Oh, they're going to call that. Oh, there he goes. He settled it back in. Now it's bar, far wrist, bar half.
There
it is. And that's a wrap.
Could be it. This could be it. Legs are in the air.
That's it. All right.
The mat is slapped. McBurney with the fall. With 39 seconds remaining in the first period.
That was awesome. This crowd is getting more into it as we go here.
All right, boys, 132 pounds. Johnny, what do we got?
All right, representing the Panthers, Brennan Warwick, just a freshman, 9th grader, but 17-4, 2-time junior high state placer, 3rd at the Hoover Holiday Classic.
Not a JV dude.
Not a JV
Not a JV dude.
And he's up against Brogan Tucker from Graham. He's a sophomore, and his record's 10-4, and he was state champ at 113, Osher State, and then 1st at the GMVWA Holiday Tournament. So
what is that tournament?
I am not
sure.
sure. That's a lot of
letters. I'm never going to say it right again.
Yeah, XYZ PDQ, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what, guys, looking again down through this lineup, you know, Jamie pointed it out earlier in the broadcast, right? Young team. I mean, here you go. This is freshman v sophomore.
Yep.
You know, both of these teams.
Good snap down to a front headlock there.
Going to be around for a long time.
Absolutely.
To the chagrin of our Federal League folks, right, Jamie? I mean,
well,
you're a North Canton guy, myself a Jackson guy.
It's a wonder we're not in a padded room having to compete with them every year. You know, I'll tell you, there's a nice little.
No points yet, boy.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
See,
close.
in college, that's a takedown.
Yeah, that was close.
In college, that's a takedown. I mean, high school wrestling, at least in Ohio, there's not a lot of moans and groans out of the stands. They all agree.
Yep. Back to neutral. Minute 21 remaining in the first period. Nice shot by
This is
Tucker.
this is the first one I've seen the Graham kid kind of press the action. You know, believe it or not, how many bouts are we into this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Four in. This is match number 5.
This is the 5th match, and this is the first one I've really seen the Graham kid really press the action, which is pretty surprising.
Yeah, I
The
would agree.
takedown to Swagger.
And Tucker has a takedown.
Tucker, my fault, yeah.
No, you're good, brother. Under a minute to go in the first period. 2-0 our bout score. Tucker on top.
Tucker returning state champ. He's not his first rodeo in a big matchup like this. So,
Boy, talking state champ, guys, how about this Graham team, right? I mean, how many consecutive high school, state championships these guys have?
It's
right?
over 20.
they've been
have the
winning
exact number,
state
22.
titles since I was in high school.
19 straight, and of course the COVID year hit them in 2020, but that didn't stop them the next year, right? They were right back at it.
To be honest with you, talk Stark County, I think that helped them with their streak because Louisville was in a place to win that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Louisville was in a good spot to win that
Well,
one.
Louisville that year, I think, beat them in the state duel.
The state duels,
right?
but they didn't get to do the individual.
Right, Coach Laughlin had his boys ready to go, and that whole situation happened. 15 seconds remaining in the first period. Again, 2-0 our
It'd be
bout
nice
score.
to get one here. Oh, that little back trip, man. I'll tell you what's fun is we've North Can has taken their team down to the Jeff Jordan camp the last couple of years. I see a lot of these Graham kids hitting the stuff that those guys learned. It's such high-level stuff. That little back trip for the return is so nice.
And Graham will have choice here in the second period. Tucker takes a peek over at Coach Knott, decides he wants to go down in the referee's position. He'll work for the escape. Warwick go on top. He's going to work the grind, work for that fall.
Right to his feet in under 2 seconds.
That's the thing on the bottom, right, James? I mean, it's one of two approaches. Either you can be that explosive guy, just as you see Tucker do right there, right up, or maybe that guy a little more methodical, kind of turtles up, grabs those hands. Once he gets that hand control, work it, get a foot to the mat. So one of the two. The key is, though, you don't want to sit there. Keep wrestling.
Getting away is mental toughness. You can learn 100 different stand-ups, but you just got to explode. And even if you do it strategically, like you said, as soon as you do get those hands, you're coming up with force. You're coming up to get away.
And
there it is. There's the escape right there.
Tucker
for
with
Tucker.
3-0 our bout score. Warwick with a shot attempt.
I like it.
Tucker with the whizzer, tries to reach across for a little bit of an ankle pick there. Still in. Warwick still has
he got
that
locked
leg.
up.
Nothing yet.
Oh,
Nothing yet.
no, don't reach for
Not
that.
once, two. No,
nothing,
came a little too early.
Yeah,
didn't
he got a little greedy.
Yep.
That's a freshman
It's all right,
mistake.
though. Yep, that's
Yep.
all right. That's something Coach will build on when they get in the
absolutely.
practice room, talk a little bit about.
They'll
They'll
watch
correct
film.
that.
They'll fix that.
Absolutely. And again, Tucker on top.
Second period, 1 minute left with Tucker ahead, 3-0.
Warwick keeping that elbow tight to him, doesn't want to create space, give Tucker an opportunity to kind of snap and spin behind, but he's going to give it a shot anyhow, near ankle.
Closing in on 45 seconds to go here in the second period. 3-0 lead for Tucker. But I'll tell you, he's got his leg up. He's got his leg up. He's really close.
Can he score? Tucker
Watch the
trying to put
broomstick.
the whizzer in.
Oh, a foot came out. There's that same tilt.
And
There's
it
that
is.
same
He's trying
tilt.
to bring it around. Cannot
wow.
go through. Nothing yet. Boy, I think
We're scrambling.
nothing yet. Bowman and letting
Oh,
it.
that's
no.
That's arguable.
Potentially
You
dangerous.
can call that illegal if you bow it like that.
Yeah,
He sat back on it hard.
Yeah,
Camel clutches are not legal at this level.
Nah, that was well played by the official.
Yeah, he
there.
got in
Good
there right
stop.
away.
Good stoppage.
On
yeah.
20 seconds to go in the second period. Still 3-0. Warwick's doing a great job of banging with this dude.
And the team scored. The Panthers are still in the lead.
Oh,
18.
there he got
Shot
a
by
single.
Tucker. Got the far
That's how you-
and that's 2 points under 10 seconds.
That's how a state champion finishes a period right
Yep.
there.
And again, that team scores 18-0 with the Panthers with the lead.
If Graham's going to surge here in a minute. Graham's going to show up here in a minute.
These middleweights, yeah.
Yeah, they're
absolutely.
tough.
Third period choice going to the Panthers. And Warwick, he's going to go into referee's position. He's going to go down, wants to work that escape. And Tucker on top. Warwick to his feet pretty easy there. I wonder if Tucker might just let him go takedowns. And, yep, it kind of breaks free there.
Bonus points. This is one the Perry kid needs to keep this match close.
Good point.
You know, they've already, Perry's already got bonus points. They had 2 pins, so they're ahead of that game by a lot. What they can't give up is a major decision here. They're not going to give up a tech fall here in this one. Or a pin could happen at any time, but you know he needs to keep this match close.
Well, and Tucker as a sophomore, even though he knows that, right? I mean,
Right.
He knows what the score is. He knows what he needs to do for his team. Warwick, the same thing, stays out in front, doing a nice job keeping that arm tight. He just wants to get through this with a decision. Nice. There's going to be 2.
Right to a Granby.
Oh,
No,
nice
you
Granby.
spoke too soon.
Did not get
You
the 2.
spoke
I
too
did,
soon.
man.
That was beautiful.
Nice Granby out.
Yeah, give me that freshman any day.
Well done. 5-1. They're on their feet. Neutral position.
Outstanding chain wrestling out of the young freshman.
What do they say, man, right? Keep wrestling.
Never
stop
stop.
wrestling.
Chain wrestling, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, nice little pick.
And he's
angle.
still wrestling tough.
Pursues.
Warwick.
Nice little low-level single, and Warwick did a great job of spinning out of it. Now they're on the mat, on the out-of-bounds line, and another little scramble.
Well, Warwick's locked
He's
up
not
in
going
the
to score
crotch.
here.
No, he's
He's
locked
not
in
going
the
to score
crotch.
here. 50 seconds to go in the third.
It'd be a
I'll tell you
stalemate,
right
out of
now,
bounds, out of
the
bounds to
Perry
go.
coaches and the Perry wrestlers are going to go nuts if this ends 5-1.
Right.
You know, those
That's
are the
a-
things
that's
that
a win
the
for
crowd
them, yeah.
won't see what
Right.
we're talking about.
Yep.
Right.
There's some educated Perry fans, don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you what, they know how huge a regular win is here for Perry.
Tucker in pursuit. And a
He
shot.
never
Warwick.
stopped backing up either. He's going after it the whole time.
Warwick's
Oh, he's
got
trying
that
to step
single
him.
leg.
He's trying to step him. This could be bad if he keeps that elbow.
And he's going to try to lock the
Looking
cradle
for a
up
cradle
underside. Underneath. Nope,
He's
gonna-
looking for a pin. He's trying to pin for his team.
He knows he needs the bonus.
Which
Warwick
only needs
knows that he
only
can't
needs
give
a
it up.
set, yeah, he only needs a set of back points.
Warwick way to fight out of that.
10
yeah.
seconds.
Oh,
Looks
wow,
over. I
10
think this is where it's
seconds.
going to end up. 7-1 comes
Oh,
out
he's
in
going
front.
back out front. He's trying. He's going to give up one.
And Warwick right up to his feet, the freshman. Nice job.
Yeah, what a great job, freshman in there.
And that'll do it. We're going to end this one at 7-1. And
That was huge.
The Falcons get
That
on
was
the
huge.
board, right, with a
Right.
decision.
Yep. And
Brogan Tucker, our winner.
Bring
All right,
Those
fellas, I'll tell you what, this is one of my matches that I said to keep an eye on.
This is a big one,
This is a big one. This is Charles Ducey Curtis, man. This is my boy Ducey. He is a bad dude. And he's wrestling, who do we have here?
Hayden Hughes.
Hayden Hughes, Jr. from Graham. Hughes is a returning state qualifier. He was second at that holiday tournament we can't pronounce. And I'll tell you right now, Charles
XYZ
Ducey's been around for a long time. I'll tell you what, he's lightning fast. He can wrestle in and out of scrambles. I've watched him for a long time. He's been in my room. He's a good kid, man.
Oh, yeah. We had him on our In the Room session. Did a
Oh,
great job.
ho, ho, ho.
And
He
scored.
Hughes
2
reached.
points.
Hughes reached from one knee,
Dang.
and Ducey just did a little elbow block right to a high crotch. That was filthy.
that was filthy.
Just
yeah.
like we talk about, right?
Looking for a little tilt there. He's got that elbow in front.
That
Got the
attack,
cross wrist. He came clean on the cross wrist there.
that attack opening
All
so
right,
small.
Hughes with a nice little switch. Look at this. Is going to be an intense one. Both kids hustling back to the center of the mat.
Hughes down.
Hughes is going to make a war out of this.
Curtis on top. Hughes working for that escape. Curtis going to grind it a little bit. Good pressure on top underneath with the claw ride.
A little spiral ride going. Nice way crossed over to that cross wrist and looking for that tilt on the backside.
Underneath, got that arm trapped real nice underneath. Good pressure again. And you can see Hughes trying to break that grip underneath.
Got that back ankle hook too. Needs to elevate that. It doesn't do that much good to just sit there. See, it just pops right out.
He went right to that.
He's
wrist
looking
and
for that
elbow,
tilt
yeah.
again on the other side.
2-on-1 is there.
There's the
And
tilt.
Here it comes.
There's the tilt.
Going to elevate.
Nice.
There
They
it
have the
is.
swipes. And we
Oh,
got
he only got one.
one swipe.
Only got one. That's one of my favorite tilts. That little roll through tilt, you
Yep.
get that elbow in front. What you got to do is you got to trap that bottom leg. That bottom leg came free, and that's where he went to his belly.
Well, as soon as you hit that roll, you got to be ready for that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he rolls right back in the legs. They pop out, though. 35 seconds remaining in the first period.
I don't think Ducey is a super good leg guy. I think he just uses it to wrestle in and out of position a little bit. He's working that cross wrist like crazy. 25 seconds to go in the period. Deuce has a 2-point lead.
Keeps going up to that head for that.
Good pressure.
Yeah.
Good pressure. That's
I like
what he
that.
wants. Keep
Still on
pressure.
that ankle. Out of
Official's
bounds.
gonna say they're
16
out of bounds.
seconds to go here.
Hustles back. Hughes down. Curtis on top. Again, our match score 18-3. The Panthers in the lead here.
Hughes right to his feet. Deuce gets him to another tilt. Here,
Oh,
watch
again,
that knee.
one
Watch
swipe.
that knee.
Only one
I'm
swipe.
yelling, yeah, watch that knee there. I don't like that.
Bowman's
Get your head
right
up,
there
Deuce.
on it.
Get your head up.
And that'll end it. A first period.
Well, no, that was an exciting first period.
Good first
How
period.
pretty was that shot? That high crotch. He was down on one knee, reached, thumb blocked that high crotch. It was filthy.
All right, choice went over to the Panthers. Charles looking over to his coach. McBurney says we're going to defer. Gives a choice to Hughes. Hughes right away. He knows he's going down. Referee's position. Hughes down. Curtis on top.
Coach Flint McCollins showing him, giving him a little gesture, showing he just needs a little more pressure. He's going for that claw lift there.
And
Wow,
Hughes,
he's
motion
slick.
keeps going. A lot of
And
movement
Hughes
underneath.
is wrestling tough, man. Hughes is working. He's not going to get hit for stalling on bottom. He's trying with everything he can. Deuce is just a step quicker.
Junior v. Junior here. Both
Still
young
on
men.
that cross wrist.
Both these guys with great careers and the big year yet to go.
Yeah, Deuce is a two-time state placer. Oh, you know what? I think he placed as a freshman and didn't place last year. He's a two-time qualifier. He's a high-level guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Ranked 6th in the state. Yeah.
I think both of these boys are ranked 6th in the state. Yes, that's
Okay,
correct.
Nice.
Here comes that tilt again. Get that elbow in front. He needs to learn how to sit it back. There's the roll through. He doesn't have the bottom leg. He doesn't catch the leg.
Nope.
It's not even about elevating it. It's about trapping the one that's to you, where you put that elbow in front. You got to trap that. That's what keeps him in place. Oh.
Nope. Official says out of bounds.
52 seconds to go in the second period. This is an exciting one. I knew it on paper when I saw it.
Curtis was ready to body him, right?
Right back on his feet.
Yeah.
He's like, let's go. Let's do
go.
this.
And Curtis is going to give the one, puts him on his feet. Hughes gets his 1 point
50
for the
seconds
escape.
to go. Lots of time for both boys to create some action and score.
About score 2-1.
Oh,
And
they get to those
Hughes-
low-level shots really well, these Graham kids do.
Yes, he does.
Notice
He's
that,
on the
yeah.
leg. Nice turn. Nothing
Nice
yet.
way to
No
defend
two
it.
yet. He's trying to. Might want
He's
to try
trying
to
to
pull
get
him
that
in a
shoot.
little bit if he can.
Nothing there.
There it is. He's going to
Grab
try to bring him
hands,
back
grab
to the mat.
hands.
Curtis,
Grab that hand. There he goes.
Curtis in a good.
There he goes.
Oh, wow.
And he sucks
Oh,
it
that's
into,
a good call. That's a
and
good call.
Official says
Boy.
he's out of bounds.
Boy, from a
That
bad
was-
position to a good one. Deuce went underhook and pulled him right to his back, but he was out of bounds when he put him in. When Deucey put him to his back.
20 seconds remaining in the second period.
Nice
And
double.
the shot. Can he
Pop
finish?
his head. He just needs to pop his head. There's two right there.
Pop.
He's got the bottom leg Turk. That's two.
And they have 2 points. 4-1. Your bout score. 10 seconds in the second period.
It took Bowman a second to get to the other side and see that Turk. He wasn't ready to get, and rightfully so. It wasn't
Watch
a
the knee
takedown
there.
without
Gotta
that
watch
Turk.
that knee. There you
He's
go.
ready to call it.
Yep.
Well officiated series right there. Well officiated
You can
series.
see why Jeff's making the ride down to Columbus.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
yeah.
watched him since he started. He has really, really improved.
He was
every
ready
year.
to call like a premature, potentially dangerous. Let it burn. That was good officiating right there.
He's constantly putting himself in a good position to
Yep,
see where that
yep.
action's at to make those calls.
Third period, and Curtis is going to take down referee's position.
4-1 with the lead.
He's in good shape here, I'd have to say,
Yeah,
boys.
he's in the driver's seat here, being down on bottom with 4-1 lead, third period. He just can't get lazy. He can't fall asleep here because this kid's dangerous, you know.
And they're on their
Oh,
feet coming through. Oh,
right to a Grammy.
somersault
Look at
through
that.
there. Nothing there.
Nice
They'll take him
standing
back to the
Grammy.
middle.
What was pretty about that is he put his arm up at the end of it and he caught his leg. You do that in the middle, he's gonna get two rather than one there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's putting himself in a lot of good positions, even when he's in a bad situation. I like that. He did it earlier at the end of that period. Yeah.
Back to referee's position. Official whistles, blows. We're at 1:30 remaining in the bout. Curtis down. Hughes on top. Hughes has to score. The turn don't come. He may have to go to his feet, think about something big, but I'll tell you what, going to be a big task against this young man.
There he
from
goes.
Perry.
Boy.
And very soon, I'm sure you're going to hear the Graham faithful calling for stalling, but again, Hughes has to work on top.
He's building his base. I don't like having his head on the mat. That there is opportunity for a stall call there, but they're going to their feet now.
There
he
goes, yep.
puts Deuce on his feet, and we're gonna bang this out 5-1. 1 minute to go.
He
Goes
had
for
to-
that low shot again. Don't reach with that hand. There's where Deuce gets you. I saw that coming. That's that same elbow block to the high crotch. Or to the double.
Right to his belly. Nice
Man.
job.
Go again. They're going to put him on. They're going for bonus here.
Yep.
They're going to put this dude
Smart.
right back on his feet. He's reaching with that hand.
39 seconds left.
Deuce will score with that.
Differential.
Oh, shot
nice
by.
little throw
That's
by.
two with the Merkle.
Merkle, that's
nice.
30 seconds
Lock
to go.
it up and extend.
It's tough. They want him
There
to
he
kick him
goes.
out.
He's got it locked.
They want him to go back on his feet, but with that Merkle position, you can't just let him go.
15 seconds
15
remaining.
seconds to go. They need one more takedown for bonus.
One more.
Deuce is coming. This 15 seconds is going to be a battle.
Yep. Anything can happen in 15.
Hughes knows he can't give it up. 9-3. He's in
Nice.
on the single leg. He's
10
got to
seconds.
finish
He's
it.
got the single leg up.
Wizard's there. Nice little wizard.
Two. There goes
He gets the 2.
the bonus
4
right
seconds.
there.
Pops an extra team point for the Panthers.
The 8-point lead. The 8-point lead for Charles Ducey Curtis.
And Curtis looks over, points to his coach and says, you know it. Well, I'll tell you what a great match, ladies and gentlemen. But none of this could be brought to you without our sponsors. Again, our title sponsors tonight, of course, Eagles FOE 190 and Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company. Also tonight, some of your sponsors, CH Vallos and Associates, Lindseys Pizza, McNeill and Sons Tree Service, FinallyHereOhio.com. As always, the Leathernecks Nation Motorcycle Club, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet. Again, your Stark Media sponsors bringing to you the match of the season so far.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, outstanding.
Best way to
22-3 is our match score. The Panthers well in control of this one so far, boys.
They are.
So instead of getting just 3 points, that extra takedown got them 4 points on that to make that score 22. Panthers in the lead to 3 to Graham.
This is one that I see going to Graham pretty handily here.
This is a 144-pound weight class. You got Cameron Plotz, Maslin Perry. He's just a 9th grader, 7-7 record, 2-time junior high state runner-up, ranked 15th in the state. And he's up against Bryce Kohler, sophomore, 13-5 record. He was a 2022 OSHA state qualifier, and then first at the GMVWA holiday tournament.
Say that with a mouthful of marshmallows.
I'm not even going to try again.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as they're Stay Puff,
Yeah.
that's the trick.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Graham is in
Don't go
quite a
with
hole.
Stay Puff, man. You've been having a lot of nicknames lately, and Stay Puff might hold.
Yeah.
Right? Just go ahead and keep that up.
Graham is going to be focused on bonus. They're not going to tinker around right now on the mat. He went right back to his feet a minute to go in the first period, up 2-1.
I'll tell you what, guys, you're all looking awful sporty tonight. I mean, sparking the new Stark Media gear. I want to thank.
It's hard to be humble.
I'll tell you what, TJ Downing, JP Simons, 2 great entrepreneurs putting together this Stark
There's
Media
another takedown.
production and giving us the opportunity
That's
to bring
2.
a wrestling to you tonight as well throughout the season. I'll tell you what, we've had a great year so far, have we not, boys? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, look at the tournaments that Stark Media has been able to bring to you.
Shout out to El Prez, TJ Downing, down on the camera right now. He's working it.
The Matador.
We
Absolutely.
certainly have seen some good wrestling. You know, with you guys did Iron Man, we did the holiday tournament, Top Gun, Medina. You know, it's been nonstop action.
I'll tell you what, also, remember, like we didn't get a chance to do too many live, but I know we did some posting from the women's tournament at
That's right.
from Akron North High School.
Yeah.
Saw some of that footage, just, outstanding as women's wrestling continues to grow here in the state of Ohio.
Looking forward to that first OSHA state championship.
Matt
That will
number
be
4,
exciting.
baby.
That will be exciting.
Yeah.
Matt number 4.
Well, we're about to wind down the first period here. We have a 4-2 lead. Graham has their first lead going into out of the first period.
It's the first time
I
all
bet
night.
you.
Yeah.
I bet you.
I'm not sure. Did Tucker not
Did Tucker have one
possibly?
too?
I'm not sure. Either way, it's been a tough night for the Falcons
Oh
so
yeah,
far.
that might be. Yeah, that's true.
Again, as Jamie said, 4-2 your bout score. They start in referee's position. Kohler down for the Falcons. And
Staying tight on that
Plotz
ankle
on
right
top.
now.
There's that same scramble. He's going to push off his armpit with his left foot there and try to free his other foot.
Now, James, when does an official look at that push or look at that, position and say, you know what, you're bringing the foot a little too hard?
It's the same as a nasty crossface. If you wind up, it's more in a situation like that. And if you grind, if you see him kind of grinding like he's, putting out a cigarette on him, like if they're grinding it like that, that's when they'll call it illegal.
Well, I'm not putting out a cigar, right, John? I mean, that's right. Same thing. We're going to have
a nice open double right there.
In the humidor one of these days, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Outstanding.
Some Macanudos.
There's the takedown. They're going for bonus. I bet you they go right back on their feet.
Good call, Jamie. There they go.
Yeah, they know they're in a hole.
I bet you coached wrestling at one point.
I've
Did you
seen
not?
a couple matches.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
But they know they're in a hole. They have to. They can't just win a match right now.
Absolutely.
They're in a bad hole.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're going to need a lot of bonus here.
They got some heavy hitters coming. They got some heavy hitters coming.
The cavalry's on its way for Graham. Yeah, I see that.
You got 14. You got 14 matches to go through. We're only 6 matches in, right? I mean, not even halfway. This will take us to that halfway point here. This is bout number 7.
Surprised they didn't go for another takedown here. They had plenty of time.
45 seconds. Yeah,
Unless
you're
they're
right.
going to try and turn him, but
this is what Perry wanted going into this match.
Absolutely.
That lead, 22-3. Yeah. Yeah, so they're in a good spot right now because, like we said, Graham still got some heavy hitters coming in, bringing that cavalry in midweight. So.
And there's still another swing match coming up at 175 with 2 unranked kids. You never know how that one's going to work out.
Fausnight swing match, baby. Number 2 of the night. Nah, I love
they're
it.
important,
Nah, dude, I think it's a great thing. The swing match is good, man. Good stuff. Well, you know what, Jamie, Johnny, talking about you too, you always talk that pin being the equalizer. As much as it's the equalizer, tonight so far it's kind of more the dagger, right? I mean, those 2 pins early on by the Panthers really put this match, as you guys said, where the Perry wanted it, 22-3 here as we look at bout number 7 and the end of period number 2 in this bout.
I promise you, if you asked Coach McBurney if at this weight he was at 22-3, he wouldn't be upset about it.
Absolutely not. All right, period ends, and it's going to be choice to the correction. It'll be choice. I think that went to the Falcons.
The Falcons, yeah.
And he's going to give the escape. And like you said, James, they're going to need to get some bonus here.
Yep. Oh, nice scramble. He works hard.
Yeah, Plotz is doing a great job.
Plotz wrestles tough, man.
Another freshman, man. I mean, what does it say about these freshmen? Warwick.
Oh, all of them. They were
tight.
2-time, like their junior high. All of them are like multiple junior high state finals.
Right.
All of them, or all 3 of them.
Right.
Yeah. Nice little single to a barrel roll. That might put him on his back. He's going to get some points
Swipes
here.
are up, brother. Swipes are going.
That puts him up 10 if he gets all 3.
And he
got all
3.
3.
Yep.
They're going to go right back to their feet. They're looking tack fall to a pin here.
3 points, 14-4 our bout score, and Kohler will give the escape.
So it's 14-5 now with the escape. There's 1 minute, 16 seconds to go in the period.
Nice little head tap to the sweep single. Missed it, but Perry wrestler, that was great.
Yeah,
that was great defense.
He isn't scared to go after it.
Yeah.
Kohler out front has the ankle hook. 2 points, takedown. 16-5 your bout score.
He needs to let him go again. Make it 16-6.
Right now, 4 points to the scoreboard.
He might look for something funky there.
It looked like he was
to put him to his back. Yeah.
The way he was.
He was fishing
he was
for
fishing
something.
for something. Yeah. And then again, Plotz, great job coming out of that, not giving that to him.
Now
Kohler again looking at giving the point.
He's just going to get major. He's just going to get a major out of this. 30 seconds to go. 33 seconds to go in the third. 16-6. They're still on their feet.
Well, I'll tell you
Plotz
what.
just needs to keep from giving up one more takedown.
Right.
He needs to attack his legs. He needs to get it on his legs, so that slows the patch down. Shortening the match is what I call it. When you get in there and you can hang on to something and the clock winds.
Well, it's still a win for Perry, avoiding that major, so on that team race.
And 2-point takedown for Kohler. That'll make it 18-6. 12 points. Still
10
come
seconds
away
to go.
4 points toward the team score for the Falcons.
Just a major decision. That's not enough.
Right.
No, they need a little bit more than that. But again, that's halfway. 7-14 right now. And a lot of wrestling to go yet.
Yeah, they still got some hammers coming up here.
They do.
Team, yeah. This next matchup at 150, you got Eli
Yeah,
Jacks. He's a junior.
This is going to be a
15
good
and
one.
5.
This is going to be a good one.
So he
Well,
was,
you know what? This is one we didn't expect, right, guys?
Well,
I mean,
I did when I walked in. I expected this one. And then all of
Well-
a sudden we got some news that potentially Landon Johnson had a problem with skin at the weigh-ins. But I actually spoke with his dad. He had all the proper documentation. You know, he's 10 days out since he's been medicated. He's fine.
And Landon Johnson's a sophomore, state qualifier, 6 at the Brecksville, ranked 8th in the state.
He's
And-
a long drink of water.
Yeah, Eli Jacks, a junior, 15 and 5, 2021 qualifier, state tournament, and 2nd at the GMVWA holiday tournament.
They're
There
both
you
state
go.
qualifiers.
Jackson on the back on the legs. Got to work his way up to get the 2. No 2 as of yet, and there it
They
is.
gave it to him. Oh, and the switch.
Oh,
Says
nice.
2 and
Oh, right
now,
over him.
Right over.
Wow, and then we're in a little scramble.
Wrestling does
Now
not
this
stop,
this
boys.
scramble's dangerous for Johnson because he's the other Jax is in control. There's blood, so they're going to stop it here.
Yeah, Jack's pointing to his eye.
Oh,
We got
There was blood. He
No,
knew it.
It's right.
He
It's
knew it.
legit.
it's a good call.
Boy, Perry thought it was a stalemate. They were ready to lose it
I like
in this
that.
gym.
That-
Yeah.
They
yeah,
thought they
we're
were
happy.
calling stalemate.
that's a good call.
No, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you have
it's
to
always
call.
nice,
You have to stop it as soon as you see blood.
Absolutely, yep.
and it's nice having those 2 officials. Young Zach Lyons saw that.
Zach made that call.
Zach
yeah.
made that call. Jack's pointed to his eye. Zach was right there. Jeff was on the other side. But great teamwork by these 2 officials.
Yep.
Definitely.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we're always looking for officials, not only in wrestling, but all of our sports, right? Stark Media bringing all the different sports to you. All of our sports needing some officials. I know here in the springtime, we're going to be bringing you some lacrosse officials out there. Where you at? Well, we need you. But Stark Media is going to be right there bringing you the action this spring.
Okay. All right. They're cleaning up the blood here on him. They're going to take care of the mats. Doesn't look too bad. It is under his eye, though. It's not a bloody nose that you can just stick a cotton ball in. So they'll have to put some Vaseline or something on it to keep him from bleeding.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to our sponsors tonight: Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company, CH Vallos and Associates, Lindseys Pizza, McNeill and Sons Tree Services. Finally here, Ohio.com, Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, Save22.vet, and looking forward. It's gonna be a tough decision to make for us guys for the
What's
match
that?
of the night and the electric wrestler of the match. That's
Ooh, the match of the night and
Yeah.
the electric wrestler, huh?
right. That's something. We might have to have a roundtable discussion on later. There's
Yeah,
been
I don't
so
know if we
many.
can even decide that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
3
like.
weeks later.
we might have to go get a beer and a couple guards to figure that one out, huh? I'll tell you
Right.
what, been some great
So-
matches so far tonight. Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys, one sponsor don't want to neglect is J&J Motors, Inc. J&J came on a couple weeks ago with
That's
us.
correct.
If you're interested in sponsoring, please you know,
Oh,
reach
reversal.
out. And Jamie's got things going here.
Sorry about
so
that.
That's all right, man. Hey, bring it. Bring it. That's what we're here for. But again, if you have interest in sponsoring, reach out to Stark Media, TJ or JP. Also, Tim Arnold works in our sponsorship area. We get all that paperwork too. We'd love to have you a sponsor of Stark Media Wrestling.
We've had a lot of action here. It's a 2-1 match. 1 minute to go in the period.
There's that elbow pass.
In the first
Jamie.
period.
Yeah. A lot of reshot from both
Yeah.
teams in this.
Let's get his head position. Get some head position there.
2-1 our bout score. The Falcons
Nice little
on top.
single.
40
Johnson's
seconds.
got him. Stopped the shot. He's barred in the crotch there. He's got the far underhook. I'd be a little nervous with that far under. Ooh, I'd be a little nervous with that far underhook. You can get dumped there.
Yep.
With-
He got that elbow. That's what's saving him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He keeps that elbow tight. That's a safety net.
And they're out of bounds with 23 seconds to go in the first.
I'll tell you what, James, just like you said, Johnson, a tall wrestler,
Yeah.
boy, you know.
I've watched him grow up, man. He's a tough dude.
I
In
think,
on a nice shot.
I think you and I are looking up to him, no?
Oh, yeah, well, once you get past 113.
Yeah. 113 inches?
Yeah. Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah.
He needs to hold on. He's going to be able to hold on here for the scramble there till the end of the period.
That'll end the first period here.
Wow.
2-1. Our bout score official looks to be choice going to go to the Panthers. Johnson looks over and no choice right away. Coach says, we're going down, buddy. They're going into referee's position. Johnson to go down and Jack's on top. You know, guys, as much as we talk about the need for officials, also want to reach out and say that we need trainers too, right? We need young adults, young people that are interested in the training program. We have a shortage of athletic trainers. Tonight with us we have is Matt from Altman. And Matt runs a training program at Altman, and I'll tell you what's even better, guys, he's a huge fan of Stark Media. So shout out to Matt, his program. If you're interested, please reach out to Stark Media. We'll get you Matt's contact information. But again, officials, trainers, we need people to come and help us out.
Oh, look at that half. That's tight. That's tight. Rough. Oh, they went potentially dangerous.
Doesn't like that. I'll tell you what, almost, even though he didn't trap it, when you get that half in, you got to trap that wrist. We used to call that the Palmer, right? Lance Palmer made that kind of position. Little famous.
You catch that wrist
half and wrist across. And that's brutal. That's a brutal position. Boy, nice.
He locked that time. He locked that time. The crowd wanted it the last time, and he didn't get it. He wasn't locked. He was here on the last one, but that time was absolutely locking hands.
Yeah. That's all right.
This crowd's on it too.
Yeah, they know, man. They know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're going to be a little more harsh when there's two of them.
Right.
Jack's on top, running those short boots, doing a nice job keeping that good hip pressure as Johnson down 2-1 here.
He's grinding him out on Mono. There he's got that nasty with that half.
Deep half Nelson.
He's letting it run. He's letting it ride. Good. Man.
Slips. Boy,
Bowman is a great official. He was a great
Yeah,
official, man. He could have stopped that. He knew there was no real danger.
He's on.
Let him wrestle. 45 seconds to go in the second period.
Jack's with that near wrist.
Still working those legs in.
Yep.
Johnson's doing a good job of fighting those legs off with his knees, but, oh, man, he's right back to it again.
That arm up. Got that
that shoulder.
That is deep. And we're going to stop it this time. 32 seconds remaining in the second period.
Wow.
Coach Knott up on his feet, possibly there, barking out some instructions to his young junior wrestler there. Jack's on top, 32 seconds in the period.
If you're just tuning in, it's 150-pound weight class.
I'll
tell you what, I'm not sure there wasn't locking hands there again.
He was right on that one. That time he was there. Boy.
He was off their outside shoulder.
That switch is nice. He needs to get a second move off of that. Sit out to a stand-up or something, because that is a really nice switch. But if they stop it once, they're probably going to stop it the whole match.
These guys are getting physical out there. I mean, compared to the other bouts we had earlier, this is a lot of hard cross faces, a lot of hard
short boots.
Jax is a tough dude on top, I'll tell you. He looked right at his coaches and pointed down to the mat, so he's going to choose bottom here to start the third. We're still 2-1 entering the third period. Team score is at 22-7, Perry Panthers.
I'll tell you what, the noose is going to tighten here a little bit for the Falcons if they, again, don't pop a couple bonus, whether it be pin, whether it be a tech fall.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, you still got Aiden Faulkner on the horizon, right?
Yeah, it's looking very good for Perry right now. Very good. They're in a good position to win this thing. And
absolutely,
Landon's working a turn right now.
Landon Johnson is not a chump on top either. He's a long body. He's one of those guys that can find cradles, find bars.
Well, Jamie, you and I, both shorter guys, right? We had a little vertically challenged. Wrestle them tall guys was tough. A lot of leverage.
Yeah.
Legs coming, cradles coming. Man, you got to keep that space tight. Not give them that leverage. 1 point for Jax.
Good escape.
But you talk to those tall guys, they dislike wrestling us more, and we dislike wrestling them. I think that's true.
Yeah. It goes back and forth. You're right.
3-1 our bout score. They're neutral on their feet.
1 minute to go in the third. We still have a 3-1 match here after the escape there. Johnson needs to pull off one good shot. Not much of a setup. Again, tall, lanky guys are used to getting it on that stuff.
Right.
There was no setup there.
Well, yeah.
He's reaching. He needs one of those thumb-blocked shots like Deucey Curtis
hit. You're going to have to watch into that face, make sure you don't get something in the eye.
Oh, boy. We're going upstairs a little bit here. This is my happy zone right there. Little over-unders. They separate now. They're back in the open. 25 seconds to go. Johnson's in on a shot. He's in on a shot. He needs to pop his head. He's posted on the thigh. He's posted on the thigh. His head pops out.
Jack
If he can
underneath.
get his big leg,
gotta
if he can get
cover
that
that
long
leg,
leg
cover that
over that
leg.
heel.
10 seconds.
If he covers that leg,
He's
getting
close.
two.
We're at 8 seconds.
8
Looking
seconds to
down,
go.
nothing yet. Bowman says no control
It's
at
not
this
control
point.
yet.
Just
No
cover that
control
leg.
yet. Are we going to get the two?
He's not gonna
trying
get
to
it.
hook it. Jack
Oh, that's close
circling.
there.
No!
Wow.
Does not get
Wow.
it. What a finish.
No
Wow.
takedown.
What
No
a finish.
takedown. You got to hook that foot. You got to hook
Gotta
that
hook the
foot.
foot. Yep.
He didn't get his
Coach
hips switched
McBurney
over.
is,
He didn't get his
turning
belt
out the call.
buckle to the mat.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
it was a good call.
I
Good
think it
call.
was a good call.
I agree. Yeah.
Either way,
Gotta hook the foot.
Mr. Bowman would be standing there with a head coach right now.
Right. Oh, no,
Either way.
absolutely.
Either way. Yep.
And he's just, Coach McBurney asked him to kind of
It's his
just
job.
define where that control, where he thought Coach thought he had it. Explanation given where he did not, and your winner
Great match.
at 150 pounds.
Great match, both boys. One
3-1,
takedown was the
your
difference.
decision, right?
All right,
3-point team score, 22-10, your match score.
One takedown was the decision there.
All right, boys, here we go, heading into 157 weight class. Johnny, what do we got?
We got Christian Glitz representing the Panthers senior. 2-3 record, but state qualifier last year, so maybe
2-3 record returning
Yeah.
state qualifier. What's that tell you about their schedule?
right. Well, he's maybe some injury, sickness, something
Yeah.
like that. Obviously going on there. He's up against Luke James, sophomore, 10-3, fifth at the
Looks like a
165-pound
stud.
weight class at OSHA State tournament last year. So he went down a weight, and preseason national champ at 157. Dang. And
Oh,
this
boys, didn't take
first
long.
at the Holiday
Yeah.
Classic. Yeah.
It was 12 seconds, and James had the first takedown and the give and escape. They're back on their feet, neutral, 2-1.
Shout out to the James family, Frankie James, Billy James, doing a good job down there at Campbellsville University, the NAI wrestling program.
All right, guys, I'm going to ask you something. Be honest now. Go way back. The first time you heard St. Paris Graham, right? At least that's the way I heard it. Did you guys think it was a parochial school or not?
Oh, I
Be
did.
truthful.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
And only about 5 years ago, I think I found out that there was a city called St. Paris, Ohio.
Yeah.
But why would you do it? Who drives there on purpose? You only cross St. Paris Graham if you're going to, a wrestling match.
To a Jordan camp.
Yeah, Jordan
Yeah,
Camp.
Jordan Camp, right. Oh, my. How about you, John?
Right, yeah. So, well,
Oh!
when I was in high school, that's who dethroned us as state champs. Walsh Judgment, we were the reigning champs until Graham came up and dethroned us in D2.
The torch was
so,
passed, yeah.
Yep. And so that was the. So then, yeah, same thing though. I thought, it's like wrestling ourselves. We got another parochial in here
Right.
from the Central Ohio area. So I was thinking the same thing though. I figured it
That's-
always. So that's what it was.
That's the Blair bar right there. He's got
Blair
that wrist
bar.
between the bodies. He's got it up kind of on his hip. That is a really tough ride right there. Looking
Yeah.
for the standing tilt. That was nice. He's
They
just
like-
returning with it.
Gilt's doing a nice job, gets back to his feet. Well, those of you that aren't sure where that's at, again, that Graham is a public school, just a little northeast of Dayton, kind of that Urbana area down
Yep.
there. So that's kind of where these young men made the journey up today. Looking on both sides, again, I do not see any young ladies. Of course,
It's nasty.
again, those parts of the program. And with our in the room with, Coach McBurney, he said that he knows it's coming. They have one young lady, I believe, on the Perry squad.
Oh, awesome.
And
Glad
he
to
knows
hear
that's
that.
something that is definitely going to grow here, as it has done with many of our other schools.
What a great place to grow. This Perry program's dominated Stark County in wrestling for years. So we got the Minerva has a great showing down there. Coach Hilliard.
Alliance.
Yeah.
Alliance has a great girls team as well.
11.
They were in front of it as well.
Yeah, 11 down there, Jamie. They got 11 young
11?
ladies on
Wow.
their girls team. They got a women's coach,
Yeah.
Nicole Jackman.
That's awesome to
Shout
see
out
that.
to Nicole. I got a chance to interview her and in the room. Just a great young lady. It's funny. She says, guys, I don't know anything about wrestling. But
She
they
was a
approached-
Madstat.
She was a Madstat. Yeah, well, and
Oh.
she had a brother.
Yep.
So I said, well, you know more than you think you know,
Right,
right?
right.
And,
Yeah.
But no, Nicole's doing a great job down there.
That was a
with
great
Coach
interview.
Hilliard.
That was a great interview. All right, we have 5-1 score starting the second period. I think this is another one that Graham's expecting to get bonus points out of.
Yeah, preseason national champ at 157.
He looks like it. Oh, that was a nice little series there.
That was, yeah. Good flurry.
It was a good flurry, yes, sir.
Well, again, guys, like you said earlier, right? Gilt's the senior, a state qualifier. I mean, he knows what he's doing out there. Yeah, he's got a very good opponent here in James, a sophomore. but holding his own 5-1.
He's
Our
not
foul
built
score.
like a sophomore.
No.
No.
He looks.
That's a man.
But I'll tell you what, Gills won't take a step back. He's
Oh,
coming at you the whole time. I've watched him since he was a little kid. He's a very aggressive guy, and he's not. It doesn't matter what the score is. He's going to keep coming forward the whole time. He won't break. There's a 2-on-1.
Tough. Yeah, if that 2-on-1, I like that.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow. Oh,
Oh,
but
Gills.
how athletic,
I like
how
that.
athletic
Tries to
is
throw
that
those
kid?
hips.
How athletic is James? Like that wasn't even close. He went right to his knees and faced him.
I'm a fan.
And that was a legit little throw right there.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a
Timing.
fan. I love that.
It was on the out-of-bounds line. There was no real threat there. We're still 45 seconds to go in the second period. We have a 5-1 score. Gills is making a real match out of this for falling into a little hole.
And John, I saw your eyes light up a little bit on that lateral over there.
It's my cup of tea. I'll tell you.
Jamie too, huh? Shoot, Jamie, you were dripping.
It kind of gave me a flashback of when Jamie did that to me at Finley 2 times at the camp down there.
Does that matter? All right. 20 seconds to go here. 5-1.
And we got
Gilts with a nice little single.
in the
Defended well.
second period, and again the team score is Maslin Perry 22 points, St. Paris Graham 10 points, and this is at that 157-pound